Folks, buying a pre-construction condo takes a lot of guts or amazing foresight. I'll talk about that and then get into the latest home prices and insights for condos across the GTA for week ending February 14th, 2024. So what do I mean buying a pre-construction condo? It's pretty easy, right? You go, you sign up, you pay your deposit, you fill out the agreement of purchase and sale. You're good. You just bought it. Pretty simple, right? The guts or amazing foresight comes in the fact that what you're buying today, you're really going to own in 3, 4, 5 years from now, 6 years from now. It all depends on the project, I guess. Man, where's your life going to be in 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now? I can't tell you how many condos we've sold where it's just that. Life had changed from when their condo was ready versus when they actually bought the condo. Couple, husband and wife, just got married. They buy a condo. It'll be ready in 5 years. They're so excited. Between now and then, there's a divorce. Who would have predicted that? I know it's a sad story, but it's life. It happens. Or the other way. Single person, let's just say it's a male, but it can go the other way too. Male buys a one-bedroom condo, so excited it'll be ready in 5 years. Then he meets a girlfriend. Then he gets married. Then they have a child. Now this condo, it's just not going to work anymore. There's no space. They don't have the room. But he needs the money from that condo that he's paid in deposits over the years to buy a home that is more suitable. So that's what I mean, like foresight, life changes. What about your financial position? What about your job? Everybody would love to know or assume that they're going to get a promotion. You know, if people get laid off, that can happen. What about other financial situations that affect you, like interest rates? Have they ever gone up recently? Of course they have. That totally can mess you around. Like 5 years is such a long time to know where you're going to be. Now, I should say this, everything I'm talking about right now has very little to do with the person that buys a pre-construction condo as an investment. I'm talking about the end user. And we sell lots of condos because of just that. By the time it's ready, life has changed. It's not the same life. It's not the same world. It's not the same neighborhood. We all know wonderful stories of neighborhoods becoming nicer, better, revitalized. But neighborhoods can also go the other way. And then next thing you know, we don't like the area so much. What about your work? We talked about, maybe not getting a promotion, maybe getting laid off. What about getting relocated? Like I can go on and on and on of the condos we sold because of how life changed over the course of 3, 4, 5 years that nobody could predict. Some good changes, some not so good changes, but it affects your ability to want to own it. It can affect your ability to be able to close on it. That's why I'm saying it takes guts or amazing foresight to buy something ready in 4 or 5 years. And lots of people have made lots of money over the history on buying pre-construction condos. They've done extremely well where their life is set, but not anymore or not recently. That, things have changed there when it comes to buying pre-construction condo. You are paying a premium versus something that's already sitting there that you could walk into and look. Then there's the view, you think you know what the view is going to be, but in 4, 5, 6 years, they break ground right beside it. But when you drove by the site, it was just your building and you could foresee this amazing view. Well, that's changed. So many things can happen. All I'm saying is be careful, do the homework, but it takes guts because you can't predict the future in 2 months from now. How are you going to predict it in 5 years from now? Anyways, that's my little rant on buying something that's going to be ready way, way, way down the road. If you feel this video can help somebody you know, pass it along. If you get value from what I'm talking about, subscribe. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, really simple. Up here, there's a link to my calendar. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that. Book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's talk about the condo market. Folks, yesterday we talked about freehold properties for the City of Toronto, detached semis and towns. Today we're talking about condos for the City of Toronto, York Region, and Peel. Only condos today. Condo apartments is a different world than the freehold market. Let's get started. Here's a quick summary. Peel, York Region, Toronto. Those are average sold prices for week ending February 14th. Peel, the difference between the low, which is the Peel region, versus the City of Toronto, you're talking about $157,000 difference in average sold prices. We're starting with Toronto here. This is just for the City of Toronto, condo apartments, broken down by week. I have a whole year here. For week ending February 14th, 224 condos were sold. That number is trending up. We do expect more and more sales as we continue into the spring market here. So 224 were sold. 28 of those were at $1 million or more. That number is continuing to grow. And average sold price over the last few weeks is continuing to grow. Average sold price is now $742,000. $742 is 3% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 3% higher. Median price is $668,000. The dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. And you can see median and average price looks like they're trending up for now. Sales. The blue, those are sales a year ago. The orange, those are sales this year. And you can see coming out of the new year, we've been outselling or doing more sales than we did this time a year ago, week after week after week so far from this year. The amount of properties selling, or the percentage selling at list price or more, is trending up just slightly, but it is trending up. For the last few weeks, we went from 21 to 24, 28. We're now at 29%. It's not a huge number, but it is trending up. Condos are starting to kind of get rolling right now, it seems. Listings also, we are outlisting. More condos are coming on the market this year versus the same period last year. Active listings is trending up. We have 3,002 active listings available for sale right at midnight, February 14th. Just to compare, this time a year ago, we had 2,215. So there's about 800 more condos available for sale this year than there was for the same period a year ago. 800 more condos just for the City of Toronto. Months of inventory seems to be trending down. We're now sitting at 3.1 months of inventory. So just at the bottom end of a balanced market. And with months of inventory trending down, that's helping to explain why prices are trending up. As months of inventory come down, the market becomes a bit more tighter. There's a little bit more competition between buyers, not competition with listings. Prices tend to go up. That was all the City of Toronto. Here we have Toronto broken down into 9 different areas. So all of Toronto's 3.1 months of inventory, and you can kind of look around in some of the areas. There's a different buying and selling experience depending on the neighborhood that you're looking in. For example, High Park, Parkdale, you're buying a condo there. This is for week ending February 14th. Where all of Toronto months of inventory is 3.1 as an average. Well, just for the High Park, Parkdale, it's 1.9, a little bit more of a seller's type of market. When you start looking at Rexdale, there was only 12 sold, but 1.8 months of inventory. And then you look at the downtown core. So you got downtown, midtown, uptown, it's you know, you've got 3.9 down here. You've got 4 months of inventory in Midtown, 3.1 in Uptown. 3.1 is more like the whole city of Toronto average, but in Midtown, it's 4 months of inventory and 3.9 in downtown. And just to give it a little bit more detail, 64 condos were sold for a week ending February 14th in downtown Toronto. So 64 were sold, but available for sale is almost 1,100. Lots of condos available for sale, but only 64 were actually being sold during that 1 week. Here's York Region. 34 condos were sold across York Region. Now, 34 kind of seems in line to what we've been selling for almost every week since we came out of New Year's. So 34 were sold. 2 of those were at $1 million or more. Average sold price sitting at $695,000. Kind of looks like overall, even though it's up and down every week, it kind of looks like average price is trending upwards. 695 is 1%. It's very close to where we were this time a year ago. It's 1% lower. And the median price is 0% lower. And I say that lower because, well, I'm rounding these percentages. So it is on the negative side. It is a little bit lower, but it's rounded to 0. 651 is the median price for York Region condos. 34, we said were sold. Only 18% sold at list price or more. So not a lot of competition when it comes to condos in York Region. 88 were listed. Active listings is starting to climb, and months of inventory pretty steady at 3.1 months of inventory, and it's been pretty much very close to that for this year so far. Anyways, here's Peel condos. 42 were sold. So those sales look like they're trending upwards. 42 condos were sold in Peel Region. Most of those condos are being bought and sold in Mississauga. 2 of those were at $1 million or more. Average sold price is $585,000. $585 is 1% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 4% lower year over year. Of the 42 that sold, 21% sold at list price or more. Listings shot up a bit. We listed 113 condos across Peel Region, and months of inventory, it's up from the previous week, but overall down from where we were just 3-4 weeks ago. We're now sitting at 2.5 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary for condos. We're just at the bottom end. Even though Peel Region's sitting at 2.5, you got 3.1 in City of Toronto, you got 3.1 in York Region. We're sitting just at the bottom end of what we call a balanced market. And that's generally what you're going to experience. In some buildings, every now and then you're going to come across where not many condos come up for sale. And there's that one that comes up and boom, it gets snapped up right away or gets sold at list price or more. Because of that, it's a more favorable type of building or more favorable type of condo. But generally speaking, it's more of a balanced market. You do have a bit of time to pick and choose the condos that are out there, but that's changing. Sales are going up. Percentage of selling at list price or more is starting to change with the condo market. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.